With Doubtnut, get instant video solutions to all your maths, physics, chemistry, and biology doubts. Just click the image of the question, crop the question, and get instant video solution. Download Doubtnut app today.
Hello, we are given with a question and the question says when the voltage applied to an X-ray tube increased from V1 to V2, the wavelength interval between K alpha line and cutoff wavelength of the continuous X-ray spectrum increased by a factor of 1.3. So the wavelength interval between K alpha line and the cutoff wavelength increased by a factor of 1.3. If the atomic number of element of the target is Z, then the value of Z by 13 is how much? So first of all, what we are given is V1 to be equal to 15.5 kilovolt, right? So let us assume that the K alpha line has wavelength lambda 1. This is for K alpha, right? So that would become equal to, but for the cutoff wavelength of X-ray spectrum, right? So for X-ray, let the wavelength be lambda 2 at this voltage, right? So lambda 2 can be written as HC by E V1. So that would be equal to, when we calculate this, right? First of all, we'll write down. So it is 1240 electron volt nanometer by E into V1, right? So V1 is 15.5 into 10 to the power 3 volt, right? So when we calculate this value, so this value turns out to be equal to 0.08 nanometers, right? Now what we have been said is now the voltage is being changed to 2 times V1, that is equal to 31 kilovolt, right? So there is no effect on K alpha line since it is the wavelength due to the material itself. This is a material property. It depends on the material property. Whereas X-ray, right, the lambda 2 gets halved. So lambda 2 by 2 it would be. So what we could say from here is that the difference between them have increased by a factor of 1.3. So initial difference, finally the difference would be lambda 1 minus lambda 2 by 2, that would be equal to 1.3. So it is increased by the factor of 1.3, bracket lambda 1 minus lambda 2, right? So from here lambda 1 minus lambda 2 by 2 would be equal to 1.3 lambda 1 minus 1.3 lambda 2 it would be. So when it goes on the other side, so it would be 1.3 minus 0.5. 1.3 minus 0.5 is 0.8 lambda 2. That would be equal to 0.3 lambda 1. So lambda 1 from here turns out to be equal to 8 lambda 2 by 3. So that turns out to be equal to, since this is 0.08, right? So this would be equal to 0.2133, right? So we can write it in fraction only, 16 by 75 it would be. So now this is in nanometers. So this is lambda 1, right? So now we can say that the atomic number of element is Z, right? So from here we can write 1 by lambda 1 to be equal to Z minus 1 the whole square into R into bracket, the K alpha line is always from 1 square. This would be 2 to 1. So that can be written as, since 1 by lambda 1, we can write 75 by 16. That would be equal to Z minus 1 the whole square into R, right? So R here is 10 to the power 7 by meters, right? Since it is in nanometers, so we can write 75 by 16 into 10 to the power 9. in bracket it would be 1 minus 1 by 4, so that is 3 by 4, right? So z minus 1 the whole square would be equal to, so from here this cancels, so here it would be 100, 4s are, and this cancels, 75 divided by 3, that would be 25, right? So it would be 2500 by 4, so that gives us 625 value. So z minus 1 the whole, z minus 1 would be equal to, from here 25, right? So we can write z to be equal to 26, right? So z by 13 can be written as 2. That is the answer. Thank you.
For class 6 to 12, IIT JEE and NEET level. Trusted by more than 5 crore students. Download Doubtnut app today.